Have you ever contemplated what it truly means when the scripture mentions, "Your sons and your daughters shall prophesy"? Today, we delve into the heart of Acts 2:17-21, a passage of great relevance and profound depth. This scripture is a beacon of prophecy, a divine promise, an invitation to understand the spiritual fabric that weaves our existence. The significance of prophecy is unparalleled, bridging the realm of the divine with the human experience. Dive with us as we explore the depths of this profound scripture. Acts 2:17-21 is a prophecy spoken by Peter, quoting the prophet Joel, about a time when God will pour out his Spirit on all people. Now let's delve into the scripture and illuminate its profound message. In the first part, the sons and daughters represent the people of God. Not just the select few or the religious elite, but all of God's people. When it says they will prophesy, it means they will communicate the mind and counsel of God. They will speak truth and wisdom not from themselves, but directly from the divine source. The visions and dreams mentioned here are not ordinary daydreams or nightmares. No, they are symbolic of divine revelations. They represent God's way of communicating his plans, his will, and his purposes to his people. Moving forward, the wonders in heaven above and signs on the earth below are metaphors symbolizing God's power and judgment. They serve as reminders of God's omnipotence and his ultimate authority over the universe. And finally, we reach the heartening assurance that everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. This is God's promise of salvation to those who believe in him. It's an open invitation to all, a promise that transcends time and space. This scripture, therefore, is a promise of an outpouring of God's Spirit, divine revelations, and salvation for believers. Indeed, Acts 2:17-21 is rich with spiritual significance. This scripture passage is layered with profound meanings that touch on the prophecy of God's Spirit, the significance of visions and dreams, and the symbols of God's power and judgment. In the heart of this passage, we find the prophecy of God's Spirit being poured out on all people, a promise that transcends boundaries of age, gender, and social status. This inclusivity signifies the boundless love and grace of our Creator. Furthermore, the scripture highlights the importance of dreams and visions, which serve as divine channels of communication. They can provide us with guidance, wisdom, and a deeper understanding of God's plan. The passage also presents powerful symbols of God's authority and judgment, such as the blood, fire, and billows of smoke. These symbols remind us of our accountability to a higher power. Lastly, we find the promise of salvation, a beacon of hope for all who call upon his name. As we conclude, remember this: the scripture invites us to be open to God's Spirit, to seek his revelations, and to call upon his name for salvation.